I'm sorry. Good afternoon. I'm going to try to start this meeting, the second meeting of the budget review on economic development, public protection, and tourism and energy. Chair Fugit had a death in the family and he wasn't able to be here today, so let's keep him and his family in our prayers, and we'll go forward. At this time, Madam Chair, will you call the roll?
Representative Gooch, Representative King, Representative
Present.
Lehman, Representative Wesley, Representative Witten,
Here.
Representative Bowling, Representative Bray, Representative Petrie, Co-Chair McPherson.
Here.
Vice Chair, I'm sorry.
Okay. So we have our first presenter of Melissa Brewer. If you'll bring your group up and introduce them. At this time, while you're doing that, we do have a quorum at this time. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Motion.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. All right. Anybody have any questions? All approved, say aye. Aye. All opposed? We have approval of the minutes. All right. If you introduce yourself for the record, and cheers. If you go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Melissa Brewer, the Executive Director of Finance for the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet. And this is Olivia Atkins, the Marketing Director for Kentucky State Parks. And
Hi, I'm Mike Mangin. I'm Commissioner of the Kentucky Department of Tourism.
Okay. If y'all would raise your right hand, I'm going to swear you in. Do y'all swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
I do.
Thank you.
You ready? So I'll let you know I've been a little under the weather. So I am cough drops and water, but just to let you know. You ready? Okay. The Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet serves as a top tourism agency and collaborates with local tourism partners to coordinate tourism, arts, and heritage efforts through legislation, tourism development, and marketing outreach. Our mission is to support the promotion and development of Kentucky tourism, arts, and heritage as a mechanism to foster economic growth, education, and employment for communities throughout the Commonwealth. Next slide. Kentucky tourism is a multi-billion-dollar industry that brings millions of visitors to the Commonwealth each year. And as one of the state's largest economic impactors, Kentucky tourism serves as a mechanism for driving economic growth in communities within all 120 counties. The Tourism Meeting and Convention Marketing Fund, the 1% funds, administered by the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet, is crucial in building Kentucky's tourism industry. All tax receipts from the tax imposed under KRS 142-400 are deposited into the Tourism Meeting and Convention Marketing Fund and used for the sole purpose of marketing and promoting tourism in the Commonwealth, including expenditures to market and promote events and venues related to meetings, conventions, trade shows, cultural activities, historical sites, recreation, entertainment, natural phenomena, areas of scenic beauty, craft marketing, and any other economic activity that brings tourists and visitors to Kentucky. It's important to note that the funds cannot be used for capital and construction projects. Each year, by September 1, our cabinet submits a report to the governor and LRC detailing the fund's earnings and spendings for the preceding fiscal year. We are grateful for the bipartisan support from the Governor and General Assembly during the 2024 legislative session. Last year, in recognition of the growing amount of the statewide transit room tax receipts, the Governor's budget recommended an increased appropriation amount, and the enacted budget agreed. This provided an additional $3 million in fiscal year 25 and $7 million for fiscal year 26. Additionally, the General Assembly set aside amounts from the fund to support the following: the Kentucky Mountain Regional Recreation Authority, the National Quilt Museum, and the Southern Kentucky Tourism Initiative. So far this year, we have spent about $7 million, and we will describe today how we plan to spend the remaining $15 million from the current appropriation of over $22 million. As you can see from the transient room graph, the transient tax growth over the last 5 years outside of the pandemic has been on the rise. This is a direct indicator that our tourism industry is strong and thriving. I'll now turn over the rest of the presentation to Commissioner Manjett.
Thank you, and like Ms. Brewer, you'll hear my voice crack a little bit, so it's that time of year in Kentucky. Thank you. I do appreciate the opportunity to speak with the committee and really explain the importance and impact that the 1% Tourism Meeting and Marketing Fund has on our industry here in the Commonwealth. As Ms. Brewer has outlined and you saw on the slide, the fund continues to grow. If you're familiar with the movie The Lion King, you know the song Circle of Life, and you're welcome for having that stuck in your head the rest of the day. The 1% funds truly represent our circle of life. The more funding we have to promote the state as a tourism destination and drive overnight visitation, the more visitors stay in our accommodations, generating more revenue for the 1% funds, and the circle repeats itself. To put it another way, this drives more visitors who spend money in your communities, your shops, your restaurants, and your local attractions, creating jobs and driving economic development. Next slide, please. This funding is crucial for us as it helps us stay competitive in the market. The 1% funds are our funding source, our department's funding source for everything we do, and just a sample of which you see on the slide in front of you. All of our marketing and advertising, all of our website development, public relations and earned media. And when I talk about that, what I'm really talking about are when you see articles in a magazine like Southern Living or Condé Nast Traveler or Travel and Leisure that names Visit Lexington one of the top 25 cities for 2025. Those don't just happen. Those are concentrated efforts that we work with our partners. It's an always on 365-day-a-year program, recruiting journalists, talking to journalists, pitching story ideas. To me, it is one of the most important things that we do. The 1% funds also pay for our international and group sales, trade shows, product development, asset and content creation, research, and fulfillment. It also funds our regional marketing and matching funds program. Last year, the Matching Funds Program distributed $2 million from the 1% funds to 87 local tourism commissions to assist in marketing your communities. These partners were located in every part of Kentucky. Next slide, please.